Necromunda was new.
So I'll be getting a lot of rules confused from back then.
Exactly. But we're learning through it together. From my first run through, it was a lot of fun. Painting and building the terrain has been fun. A lot of these terrain pieces actually, like all these terrain pieces, come with the box, as well as a very handy rule book, which I will definitely be using. For those watching or those starting to watch that are thinking, well, why isn't it not being played with terrain like the Promethean Refinery or things like that? That's because to actually utilize the terrain, you need to have the supplement, which is the Gangmore book, which looks like this, and that opens up campaigns, as well as it brings in the rules for running with actual physical terrain, which is a little different. So we're going to go a little simple tonight. Either way, we've all got our stuff set up, so we're just going to roll off. Play this card after both guys. Alright, so we roll off. I got a 3.
I got a 4.
So you get to start deploying first, my friend.
All at once, or
one at a time. So you go 1, I go 1.
let's see. He will go there.
I will put Nokomi right there.
And I assume we're going for the 2 crates.
It's just, it's just who survives the game. It's kind of like kill points.
All right.
The crates are just extra things because the crates, their main thing is it's on a 1 they're trapped, on a 2, 3. Let's see if I can find it in here. It's like on a 1 they're trapped. Because what they do is they aid you with weapon checks.
Okay.
So opening casks. So 1 is dangerous goods, a 2 and 3 is nothing, and a 4 to 6 is an ammo cache. An ammo cache, pretty much what it means is anybody within 1 inch adds 2 to the result of their ammo check. Okay. As well, if you have something that's scarce, you can actually make a reload check. Because you can't make a reload check on a scarce weapon if you don't have an ammo crate. Because they're
scarce ammo.
It's scarce ammo. So you did that. I will put her there.
So does it matter which one the door is?
The whole thing slides open. You just go like that. Put her right there.
Yeah, he'll go that way.
The bear's awesome.
And we will put her right there.
He will go there.
Put Rosin there. We have about an hour on the stream, by the way, so then it'll automatically shut off.
Here's a really heavy object. Speed up, boys.
And we will put the last one there. So after both gangs are set up, I will play my other tactics card, which is Stealthy Advance. Play this card after both gangs have been set up, but at the start of battle, but before the first round begins. Up to half the fighters in your crew rounding up immediately make a standard move.
Of course they do.
So
I'm going to steal this tape measure for the duration of this.
1, 2, 3. Other things to bring. You can't. The order of operations for shooting has. You can't check the range until after you declare your shot.
Right.
So you have to go, I'm going to shoot from here to here, and then check. And even if you're out of range, you still have to roll the ammo die to see whether or not that you'll go click as you try to make that shot. All right. And we roll off to go first. 3.
All right, a 1.
All right. So it's alternate activations. Yeah, you already told me. Okay. So we will have Nokomi move and then move again. So she will go 5 to there. And then 5, and then we'll go to there. And you're up. And she is no longer ready.
All right, I'm going to have Kruger move up to here. How far away can I be from the ammo crate to open it?
You're within 1 inch, and then it
Okay.
is, it's
So I can
called,
move up a little bit more.
you have to either bypass the lock or smash the contents, or smash open the lock. So you can bypass the lock by making an intelligence check, which on your little cards, there's red areas.
Yeah.
The red areas are on 2d6.
Okay.
So you roll 2d6 and try to get an 8+, I think is your intelligence.
So what's the smashing?
Well, remember, you're using 2d6. You're not
Yeah.
using one. Smash, if you wanted to do through that, is roll a d6 and add the fighter's strength. If the result is 6 or more, the cask is open. However, subtract 1 from the result when rolling to determine the cask's contents.
Oh,
So it
okay.
doubles the chances of there being a bomb inside.
But for me, I can do it no problem.
Yes.
Matter of fact, it would be instant. I don't technically have to roll
Yeah.
to try and open it. But I'm going to try and bypass the lock so it doesn't blow up in my face.
That's
And
it.
not.
So, all right. We will activate Tumala next, and we will do. Actually, I don't want to activate her next. Actually, we will activate Girl with Sword, which I think is Roshan. Yeah, Roshan, and we will operate the door, which is simple, within 1 inch, and we will just slide the door open, and then we will do a move to get to there.
Some nice color.
And you're up, good sir.
All right. We will have Nox the Ripper. Can you move through your own guys? I assume so, but
I don't think you can stop on them.
Right. Nox the Ripper will double move up to the door and wait for someone else to open it.
Wait for something else to happen. Traps. Names. I'm trying to remember what the range is on a I think it comes within 3 inches of a trap that explodes.
That's really far away.
Well, if I put it near the door and you open the door, starts or ends an action within 2 inches of the marker. It goes off. Also, if a door opens or closes within 1 inch of the marker, it may be like it's always a maybe. On a 1, it goes. On a 1, nothing happens. On a 2 or 3, it does not go off, but is left in place. On a 4, 5, or 6, it goes off. We will activate. Let's activate. Lena? Oh no, Kayla. Kayla's the one. Kayla's the one with the gun pointed down. We will activate Kayla next. And we will move. And facing is important because you only have a 90 degree. You only have this much you can shoot into or fight into.
Right, right. So I should have moved him more like that. If that's all right.
Yep, that's fine.
Okay.
And you're up.
Let's see. Ranges of guns. Wow, grenade launchers fire really far.
Yeah. We do have flak armor though, so instead, you have furnace armor, which means 6-up armor save unless you're looking at what's shooting you. Then it's a 5-up.
Okay.
The Escher have flak armor, which is
So you
6-up,
but
5-up
for
against explosions.
All right. Well, we will have Bone Snapper open up the door. And then move through it.
Okay.
Yes, I love the name of the
I know.
Goliaths.
They're awesome. So you brought the guy with the grenade launcher, not the guy with the.
Well, I brought them both.
Oh, you brought him both. Okay.
We're Goliaths. If it's big and shooty, we bring it.
Where's the
We're
guy?
like orcs, but not green.
That's the guy with the
The
rivet gun, right?
Yeah, the rivet cannon.
And where's the grenade launcher guy?
right there.
Oh yeah,
Because he
it's
also has
around
an axe.
I have a grenade launcher. I also have an axe.
Because Goliaths are orcs that just don't happen to be green.
We will activate Jelena next, and we will move 5 to there. And I can't. I don't think
Oh, nice.
she doesn't have line of sight. She does back there, barely, but I don't
It's
think
also going to be a hell of a shot.
2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 12, 14. You know what? We're gonna take a shot at the guy with the rivet cannon. So we will try with the bolt gun. Bolt gun has a 24-inch range, so we do have range. I can only see a tiny bit of your base, which means that you have full cover. So you have so I'm at a -2 here. So I will. So I'm at a 3+ to hit because she's a leader. -2 because and no extra accuracy because you're at long range to me. So I need a 5 to hit. I get a 5 to hit twice. Which is the rapid fire thing, and I can't put it into anybody else because this guy's too far away, so they have to both go into him.
All right.
So to wound, a bolt gun is strength 4. You're tough 4, so I need 4s. I guess rolling here makes sense, and nothing happens.
Of course.
But you did get hit, so you are pinned.
Yes.
So you go face down, I want to say.
I believe so, unless they've swapped it.
Which is entirely possible.
Which GW loves to do with simple things like that.
Yep. So it's pick target, blah blah blah. Close combat. Pinning doesn't happen. Target is pinned. 4. When an active fighter is hit by a ranged attack, they are automatically pinned. Lay face up. So, but you can use an action to unpin yourself.
Okay.
Like when you
So
activate
you don't have
him.
to roll.
No. When you activate him, you use the stand-up basic action.
All right. Now, so I would get that, and then I could move, or
Yeah.
okay.
You could do any other basic action or any other simple action that made sense.
All right.
And that's my activation. Lackluster attempt from the leader.
Yeah, it happens. Let's see. Varric's gonna go. He's gonna slide over there. And yeah, he doesn't have range to do that.
He does have line of sight. We'd be getting full cover, but you do have line of sight if you.
Yeah, but I don't have the
You
range
don't have the range probably.
because I was
Remember, you can't measure unless
Right.
you declare an
No, I
attack,
know.
but
but I was barely within 24, and he has a shorter range.
18?
Yeah.
Well, these are 2 inches.
Okay.
So you can kind of go 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. So if it is off, you are going to be close.
Right. But I could just move up and
You could move up again.
get cover.
Because right now, well, you've got cover from me right now, but if I move and do anything, you don't.
Exactly. And if I move up to here, I'll have full cover from pretty much everybody. Unless you jump on top of me.
Which is entirely a possibility.
Yes.
So I have her and her left. So we will activate Reyna next. And Reyna will go... Two to there, 1 to there, 2 to there is 5, and then she'll spend her other action to move again and get to there. We are much faster than, well, much faster. We are 25% faster than you.
Hey, that adds up pretty quick. You can go 10 where I can only go 8.
Where is that?
All right, so my turn. Grindel shall stand up.
Oh, I need to do
And then trudge forward.
forward. I'm gonna activate my last one, which is Tumala. Malo will go up 5 to there.
That can't be good.
And I try to set you on fire.
Oh, it's not a chem gun?
It's a gas gun.
No.
It's not on fire, it's gas.
Okay.
So I can get both of them. So him and him.
Right. I'm assuming it ignores cover.
Yeah, gas, template. I don't have to. It's weird. Give me a second. Gas. When a fighter is hit by an attack made by a gas weapon, they are not pinned, and a wound roll is not made. Instead, you roll a d6. If the result is equal to or higher than the target's toughness, or a natural 6, you make an injury roll for them, regardless of wound characteristics. No save roll can be made. So, wound roll on him. Out of action. So.
Wait, you have to roll a d6 and on a
Oh yeah.
equal to or
So no on
so
him.
nothing happens.
Close. And on the other guy, nothing.
Nothing happens. Oh.
Ah, so close to killing you.
Yeah.
All right, and you're up. Your last activation.
All right, my leader.
Man, if you don't go first, you're gonna die.
He will simply.
Vaults up to the door.
Yeah, pretty much. He's gonna start knocking with his hammer.
Fair enough. And that's all that. At the end of the phase, we go into the recovery phase. Let me just find what it's called here. Get out of the armory. So, end phase. Make bottle tests. We don't have to do that.
No.
Make recovery tests. We don't have to do that. Rally tests for broken fighters. We don't have to do that. So then we just move back to the preparation phase, which we just go like that, and then roll for initiative. Roll for priority, they call it. 6 for you.
So that's a 6.
I got a 3. So you get to go first.
Right.
Or Tumala. Thankfully, you have 2 wounds.
Well, let's see.
Rob.
Too many rocks.
Ranged weapon, alright, so I can just do that once. And looking at the rivet cannon,
That's probably your best bet.
and I can move and shoot.
Not with the rivet cannon. The rivet cannon is unwieldy, so you cannot move and shoot. That's a stand there and do it, and it's got a very short range.
Yeah.
So 2, 4, 6, 8. I'm gonna say you're probably gonna be in.
Yeah, it's got a 9-inch range, so. But at the same time, I've got a shotgun
You do have a shotgun.
right next to him,
Shotguns are fun.
and he can move and shoot.
Combat shotgun, yeah. So get within 4 to get the +1.
+2.
+2.
No, yeah, you're right. It is +1. So yeah, he's just gonna run up there, and he's gonna shoot the Tamala.
Check your range.
4 inches.
You're usually within 4. So then it's just you have you're gonna use the 2 damage one or the salvo shot.
Yeah, I'm gonna use the salvo
Knockback
shot.
rapid fire 1.
Yep. So it's just 1d6 and the shot die.
And you need a 3 to hit.
Of course.
So you blast this area all around here with 3 shots. Bam, bam, bam. Just holes all around. It's the scene from Pulp Fiction where the bullet holes are behind her.
So she has a religious experience and then just leaves.
It just leaves. I don't know if it's Travolta. She dies in the end. In the bathroom.
Well,
Sad movie. Not really, but okay. I need to activate her. She's gonna die. So I will activate her first.
no, that's cool. You can
And try to hit all of them now. So they're all tough 4, right?
Indeed.
So on the first guy,
Bone snapper.
I get. Do I have to be greater than or equal to?
Equal to or greater than. And on a 6,
You know,
it's automatic.
yeah. Respirator. Here we go. Gas. Equal to or greater than the toughness. No save allowed. So it goes through to him. Goes through to the next guy. Guy with the rivet cannon. Also, well, that was done. Does not go through.
Yes.
So just the first 2. So the first guy up here, I'm going to do these rolls here, is serious injury, so face down. And then that guy is also serious injury, so face down.
Of course.
So what happens when you spray people and just run out of ammo? She does not.
Ha! So there's still ammo checks. Nice.
Yeah, it uses a separate dice now. So if you roll the one with the shell on it, then it's an ammo check, and then you have a D6 based on what you did. So the gas, the gas thrower or chem thrower, it's called, is a 5 up. So if you roll an ammo check, you have a 33% chance of actually staying full on ammo, and otherwise you run out of ammo. You're up, good sir.
All right. Well,
Does your melee weapon run out of ammo?
No.
yes.
It's called when your guy dies.
No, actually, unless I misread. Yeah, I misread it. I could have swore the power hammer had a ammo roll,
Oh.
No.
but I got the things.
But it does have power,
Yeah.
so you can only parry it with another power weapon.
Oh, good. I'm just assuming someone else has a power weapon.
I have a power sword
Yeah,
on
her all the way over there.
her. And you're up.
All right. Oh yeah, you made my choice real obvious.
I'm gonna open the door and
has.
shoot.
Nah, Grindel has to
Oh,
go.
okay, that guy. Yeah.
And he's going to.
Actually, I think Grendel needs a nerve test.
Oh yeah, you're probably right.
One thing this book is lacking is an index at the back.
Yeah.
So it would be the action phase, 46, I would guess. Which, I mean, I'm not too surprised about, because GW is not known for their great and wonderful indexes, or functional indexes, even at that.
No, not particularly.
No, that's advance, flame, stray shots, target priority, injuries, nerve tests. When a fighter is seriously injured or goes out of action, a nerve test must be made for each active fighter within 3 inches of them. Engaged fighters have other things to worry about. Pinned fighters are busy keeping their heads down, and seriously injured fighters are unlikely to notice. So you make a cool check, adding 1 to the result for each other friendly fighter within 3 inches. So your cool check is on 2d6. Grendel's got a cool 5. So you're not adding anything because there's nobody there. Because everyone else is unconscious.
Yeah.
So it's just, you're looking for a better than a 5. You get
No.
If the test is passed, no effect. If it is failed, the fighter's nerve breaks and they immediately start running for cover. They are now broken. So you flip his active, that one over. That's broken.
Minus, 11 minutes now?
So the controlling player moves the fighter up to 2d6 as though they were making an action, but the following criteria must be met. They cannot move within 3 inches of an enemy. If possible, they must end their move so they are no longer visible to enemy fighters. Otherwise, they must end their move in partial or full cover. Otherwise, they must end their move as far away from the enemy as possible.
All right. So 2d6 inches.
Back around the corner.
Yeah.
Book it!
So he's
They
just
remain
gonna-
broken even if they are pinned. I think you have to rally them.
Damn.
Fleeing fighters, now recovery test, now rally test. After the recovery test in the end phase, make a rally test for each broken fighter. They make a cool check, and if there are 1 or more active fighters, they add +1 to the result. If it's passed, they activate normally. If it's failed, they remain broken.
Awesome. So he's just going to sit there for the rest of the game.
And that doesn't count as your activation.
Oh, it doesn't?
No.
Okay.
So
Well, that's good.
you open the door and shoot her.
Well,
My planning, no!
let's see. Oh, okay.
Oh, that's super exciting.
That's a double action.
To charge? Yeah. So you have to have your one of them will have to open the door, and then they could shoot, because that's 2 basic actions.
Yeah.
And then if she's still up the next round, you could charge.
Yeah. All right, so Skullshank shall open the door and blast her with the stubber. I'm easily within 6 inches.
Oh, yeah.
So I get +2 to hit.
Jeebus.
So I'm hitting on 1s because you're not in cover of any kind.
Best you can do is a 2, though. So you do hit. It's not a rapid fire weapon.
Yeah,
thankfully.
unfortunately.
So
Probably
she
roll into the camera,
goes
too.
face up because she is pinned now. I am tough 3.
I am strength 3.
So you need a 4.
That's... You're
Nah.
just pinned.
Fair enough. That makes life harder for me because I had a different plan for over there, but alright. So do I want to activate her and get her up and try to get her out of the way? She's got pistols.
Question. You know I don't have anything blue, but like.
We're going to activate over here and shoot that way and try to knock him down. Or right there and try to knock him down. We're going to activate over here. We're going to activate Reyna.
Alright.
Reyna is going to aim. Shooting in the same action, add 1 to the result of the hit roll. And then she is going to shoot that gentleman right there, if she can.
Knocks the Ripper. Yeah, but he's getting cover.
You're going to get cover, you're going to get full cover. But that's where the aim comes in.
Yeah.
So she is 16 to 24, 16 being her short range. So you are within 16 inches. So she gets a +1 for that. So 4. She gets a +1 for aiming, so 3. She gets a +1 for short range, so 2. -2 because you're in full cover, goes back up to a 4.
Alright. Breaking even.
Hey, I'm going. Whatever works, man. I just want to knock him down. Drama. And I might run out of ammo.
Yeah, but it's what, a laser gun?
I am out of ammo, but it's a free reload.
Yeah.
Or it's not a free. I don't have to roll the reload because it's plentiful. Oh, wrong person. That person. And
So I remember in old Necromunda, laser guns had an ammo check of 2.
these do too. I just rolled a 1.
Oh, wow.
So there you
Okay.
go. All right, so you're up, man.
I figured they would have like upped it to a 3 or something.
No, it's still a 2, but it's got plentiful, which means you don't have to roll the reload.
Okay.
You just have to say, I'm using a reload check. Ta-da.
Yeah, Stubbers don't even have an ammo check.
Can't run out of ammo. Of course not.
All right.
All right.
Blast 3 inches.
Yeah, you have guys with frag grenades too. You can throw them 3 times your strength into an open area. You don't target somebody, you target like an area, so you would target
Right.
like right there.
Do you do the same with the grenade launcher?
Yes. Only
Okay.
it's a further area. It's a bigger area. It's a further away area.
Right.
You also have some people with a stim slug stash. That's essentially adrenaline. When you trigger that, it's on your leader at least.
Okay,
You
yeah.
get a +2 to movement, strength, and toughness. But at the end of the round, you have to roll a d6, and on a 1 or 2, you take an injury. It also clears one little injury marker off you if you have one.
Oh,
So it's
that's nifty.
it's adrenaline.
Yeah. So when you have 2 melee weapons, do you get more attacks, or do you choose and then?
You get 1 extra attack. So you get 1 extra attack if you have 2 melee weapons, and you get 1 extra attack for charging.
Okay.
But if you can decide to put all your attacks into 1 weapon,
Or split them.
or use both weapons, but then they have to be split evenly.
Right.
But you don't have to do 1 attack with each weapon. You can choose.
All right. So Nox the Ripper's gonna go,
Love the names.
and he is going to charge the one laying on the ground.
Okay. So it's a double
he's-
move.
He's got an
which is-
8-inch charge.
Yeah, you should be able to pull that off, I think.
No, this one.
Oh, that one? Okay. So that's fine. You charge into there.
Yes. Now,
I can't make reactions because I'm pinned.
Right. I'm using one of my Goliath tactics, Brutal Charge. Play this card when one of your fighters makes a charge action. For the duration of the action, the fighter's movement characteristic increased by 2, and their attacks characteristic increased by 1.
See ya.
In addition, any attacks they make gain the knockback trait, whatever that part means.
You can knock a person back 1 inch and then follow up. If you knock them into a wall, it does more damage.
Like the wall you're in.
I think directly away would be along the wall.
So,
That would do more damage.
yes.
That would make your damage characteristic 1 higher than it is normally.
So 3.
3, yes.
Because, alright, he has 1 attack naturally, 1 for an extra weapon, 1 for charging, and if I could borrow a die for his +1 attack with a brutal charge.
There you go.
And he is going to... I'm sorry, it's just 2. Someone else has a 3 for their... or a 2 for their damage with melee. But,
So you're hitting on 4s.
yeah. Now, the melee weapons have an accuracy.
Yes.
How does that work?
You get +1 to hit. Because
At
you're
long
in
range.
Because the long range for your actual range is an E. E means
Okay.
engaged.
All
so you're
right.
engaged at long range. Because even stiletto knives, melee weapons only have long range.
Alright,
It,
the way they...
I don't know why they
Structured
did that,
that
but
is
okay. So you're
odd.
hitting on 3s then.
Right. And I'm going to put them all into my brute cleaver. So 2 hits.
Solid. And then it is strength 5. Did your brutal charge add to your strength?
No, it did not.
So you still need 3s. So 2.
2 wounds.
So I get my armor saves unless it's AP.
-1.
So I don't get an armor save then because
And it has disarm.
I don't know what this arm does. I think I dropped my weapon, maybe. I don't think it matters. I think she's gonna die, but we'll see. Disarm. If the roll to hit for an attack made with a disarm weapon is a natural 6, the target cannot use any weapons when making a reaction during that combat. So I can't react anywhere because I'm hit.
I also didn't hit with a natural 6.
No.
So,
So I don't get armor saves, so just roll 2 injury dice.
is it 1 for each?
1 for each injury, so
One,
4
one
injury
for each?
dice.
Yeah, I was about to say.
And you just want to get an out of action. So she is out of action, so she goes away. But the gas trap,
Oh,
on a 3, place the gas trap where she was.
nice.
So what that means is with traps, you're ending your action in the trap, so we have to see whether it
am.
goes off or not. Booby traps. To see whether a booby trap is triggered, roll a d6. So roll a d6, you want low. 6.
That's not
Booby
what
trap
I
is triggered and the marker is removed.
Of
It is
course.
a gas trap. Gas trap is a potential to clear an entire room. When a gas trap is triggered, roll 2d6.
So 7.
7. To see how far the gas cloud spreads, each fighter within that many inches of the marker is treated as been hit by a gas attack. So everybody,
So
and she does not have a respirator. So
all 3 of my guys and yours.
That's the way we roll here at Escher. Falls to the wall. Non-existent falls to the wall. Yes. All right. So against me, I just have to roll above a 3, or a 3 or higher to hurt myself. I hurt myself.
Good job.
I take a first. That is Caleb. And then for the guy who killed me, I want to kill you back. 4. That is. Did your brutal charge change your toughness?
No.
Okay. You are face down. Serious injury. Then your leader who opened the door, nothing. Then your other guy way back by the ammo crate, cocked. Nothing.
Also fine. See, that's why you got to be tougher.
And then I think you No, you're out of 3 inches. So you do not need a cool test on your leader.
Good.
All right, my activation.
Well, first off, it's not near me.
We are going to activate Kayla. And this goes away because it went off. And we're going to maybe shoot right there. We're definitely going to shoot right there.
Okay.
So we are definitely within 16. Yep.
So, real quick, these tactics, do they
go away after you use them.
All right, so it's one and done.
Yeah. Unless it says otherwise, like the gas trap, you apply it to somebody. So I can see you fully. So
Yes.
just an open shot. So I need a 4 to hit. 3 to hit because I'm within short range. So I hit.
Very much
Strength
so.
3, you're tough 4, so I need a 5. I don't move you though, but you are pinned, so face up. And then it's your activation.
All right.
Grenade launcher boy. Grenade launcher boy.
I'm thinking about it.
Well, everybody else has either been activated or is broken or seriously injured.
That is also true.
This was not a good round for
That
the
is
Goliath
also
gang.
true. Well, this is how a typical game of Necromunda goes for me, so
Could move up and pop a grenade here.
yeah.
Actually, you wouldn't even need to move up. You could put a grenade right there, and then I think you'd hit both of them.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, you'd hit both of them if you put a grenade right there.
All right, so what would it... He's just going to stand there and fire then.
So you're aiming for right here.
Right.
So you're just using your normal hit. So you rolled a hit
Okay.
with the ammo check. Oh yeah, did I run out of ammo on my other gun? That's the wrong dice. Yeah. So you just rolled a hit, and if you hit, then it ends up right there. If you miss, then we scatter a d6.
All right. Firing a crack grenade. And I hit.
Hit. So it hits both of them, so they are both pinned, first of all. And then you roll the damage. So here, it's what, strength 3, so you need a 4 on her. So you do injure her, and you need a 4 on her, so you don't injure her. So roll an injury die for that. Oh, I gotta save. I got a 5 up because it's an explosion. I don't care. And I take a flesh wound on her as well, which lowers their toughness. Like a flesh wound lowers your toughness by 1. If you run out of toughness, you
Oh, that's
so
way
these
better.
are now tough 2 characters. These are both now tough 2.
That is way better than it used to be, where it subtracted 1 from your weapon skill and ballistic skill.
It's just, as far as I know, it just flesh wound. Target is putting up a flesh wound. Each flesh wound marker reduces the toughness by 1. If a fighter's toughness is reduced to 0, they go out of action.
All right.
All right, I will activate Jelena, and she will spend 1 action to stand back up, and then she will spend your out of activations.
I am. So
But
I
anybody
assume
you know could get up, so I'm going to spend my other activation.
so these two, I'll have to wait for the recovery phase.
Recovery phase.
And then what happens? So they just,
You try to get you.
as it was,
You roll an injury die again, and you're looking for the flesh wound to get back up. You take a flesh wound and then you get back up. On a serious injury, you stay down. On a out of action, you die, you bleed out. If you have other friendly models that are not also seriously injured right beside you, you get to roll an extra die for each friendly model within 1 inch,
Okay.
and then pick which one you want. And then you're done, so I will then activate her and stand her up and move her a little bit like that. So at the end of the round, you need to make a bottle test, which is different than it was in Shadow War, thankfully, because the Shadow War bottle test was All right, well, I bottled out. You win, I lose. Doesn't work that way. It's a little different now.
Okay, good.
So, the way that a bottle test works now
the way it
is...
worked in original Necromunda.
The way it works now is you you roll a d6, and then you add one... you add one for each fighter that is seriously injured or out of action. You want to roll lower than the full amount of gang members you have. So it's hard for you to do right now because you have 5. He's still technically on the board though, so I think his Iron Will feat skill gives you a +1. So you want to roll under a 7 on. So you roll a d6, add 4, and then you want to be under a 7.
Is it pinned, guys?
Oh, not pinned. So not he's pinned, so
So
that doesn't count. So it's add 3. So roll a d6 and add 3.
So don't want to fall.
So
Of course.
So you are bottled, you fail your bottle test. What that means is that its fighters begin to flee the battlefield. At the start of the action phase, immediately before picking up their first fighter to activate, the controlling player makes a cool check for each active or pinned fighters. If they are broken, the test is made on a d6 rather than 2d6. If the check is passed, the fighter stays on the board. If it's failed, they flee as follows. So you just, if you fail the cool test, you pick up the model and that guy runs away.
Right.
But we may not get that far. We move on to the recovery test. I don't need to do a bottle test because I just have the one. I might. I have 2 people. So, because I have 1. So D6 +1, I want to get under a 6. I actually bottle out as well. So everyone wants to run away now that stuff has gotten real, but we'll deal with that when we get to the activation phase. So recovery phase first. So seriously injured people roll an injury die.
All right.
So pick a guy and roll an injury die.
Or Nox the Ripper
Stays
stays
down.
down. Varric stays down. And Bone Snapper, he gets
So
back
he
up.
flips over to pinned. And then you add a little thingy to his card. Okay, so I don't have anything to do there. Rally tests. You can make a rally test for the guy who ran away. That's just a cool check.
But I make it on 1d6.
No, that's the bottle test.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
This one's on 2d6 because you may not be broken at that point. Drama.
And he's still running.
He's still scared. All right, so then we go back to the priority phase. Everybody coops back in, and then we see who runs away. So, we have to make cool tests for everybody because we both bottled out. So my leader has a cool test of 6. She is running away. Your turn.
All right. My leader
That sucks.
is going to go down the list.
I'm
My
just doing
leader
them one at a time. So your leader,
has a cool of 4.
you're sticking around.
He's fine.
Champion has a cool of 7. She's sticking around.
My champion has a cool of 5, but he's already running away.
But he's sticking around to run away. Real Sean, which is her, has a cool of 8. We're okay. Barely.
What about guys that are down?
Only active and pinned.
Okay.
So
Varric is busy laying on the ground, bleeding. Nox is busy laying on the ground, bleeding. Bone Snapper, who just got pinned. Will stick around. He has a 5.
there we go. You're dead. Reyna is that one. She's got a cool of 8. Nope, she runs away.
And Kruger is good. Barely.
Kayla, who is that one there, also has a cool of 8. She's okay. She sticks around.
Wow, you have really bad cool.
Yeah, we are not cool. We are not cool at all.
Why am I so much cooler than you?
Well, you are giant men wearing furnace pieces as plate armor. So now we roll for priority. I got a 6. You got a 6. 2. You're good.
All right.
I've never played a game of Space Hulk before. The ultimate for like.
Well, he's going to stand up,
They did a while ago.
and he's simply going to blast her with the
Shoot her
shotgun.
with the shotgun.
Just stand up and shoot. So he needs a 3 up
There you go.
and hit you with 3 shots.
It's tough. Your strength 5.
Strength 4.
Force needs 3.
No, it's only strength 4.
So you need 3 because she's tough 3.
It'd be 4 because we're the same. You're right. 'Cause it's- yeah.
I'm guardsman.
So that's 3 wounds
So 3 injury rolls.
at 2 damage each.
She's toast.
So 1, 2 flesh wounds.
So she's technically at 1 now. So she's pinned already.
2
So
downs.
She then goes down.
and 3.
Stays down.
Stays
She's
down.
she's tough 1, but she's still there.
That's lame.
Yep. And you can vault obstacles. That's
Okay. If I weren't busy laying behind them bleeding.
So we are going to activate Roshin, and we are going to charge Bone Snapper. And now I get to check, and I am barely within range.
Nice.
And I'm going to make sure to not be in your front facing. That way you get to react, but you have to spend an action turn it. You have to turn to look at me, which gives you a -1 to hit.
Okay.
So she has 1 attack and 1 for charging. She's going to put both into the power sword rather than putting 1 into the las pistol, because why would I? So she needs a 4 to hit. No pluses. So 4s. Nothing. Then
right.
you turn to look at me, and you get to attack me back with at a -1 to hit. And I just need to look up what parry does. Parry. An enemy model makes a close combat attack to fighter with parry armed with a parry weapon. The fighter can force the attacker to re-roll 1 successful hit. If the fighter is armed with 2 parry weapons, so I can make you re-roll if I want to, because I have my power sword is parry.
Well, I'm swinging on a 5.
Hey, it can happen. No.
So-
All right.
Unless you want me to reroll.
Yeah, I'm okay.
You can force me.
Still good. All right. So that's my activation.
All right. Oh yeah, Bone Snapper went. Yeah. I guess Skullshank will stand up. Lovely broken tape measure.
That's what you get for picking up a free tape measure.
Yeah, well, mine's out in the car. And he will walk over to here.
Fair enough.
Yep.
We will activate the only person we have left to activate, which is Kayla. It's right here. Could shoot. Shooting might be a good idea, but I can't kill him because he's got 2 wounds.
He does indeed.
So I can't do enough damage to do him in. So instead I might just want to congregate. So instead she will spend a double action to charge in as well. And again we will go around just a little bit. And now we get what's called assist. I add 1 to my roll because I'm assisting you. Or she's assisting her.
Right.
And I have a stiletto. So I get 2 attacks with a stiletto at a +1 to hit. So I'm actually hitting on 2s, and these are toxic hits, which means that we'll deal with that in a second.
Yeah.
So these are hitting on 2s, so 2 hits. So the way that toxic weapons work is I don't roll the wound. what it is I roll 2d6.
Hey, John.
So I hit twice.
Right.
I roll 2d6, and you roll 1d6. You add your toughness to this, and I try to match or beat your toughness. And I'll actually read it out so it makes more sense than me piecing it together in my head. Because better. So instead, I have to actually wound you first. I do have to wound you. Okay. So it is the strength. So strength 3. You are tough 3 because you're wounded. So I need 4s. Doesn't matter because I don't wound you. But if it had happened, I would have rolled 2d6. You would have rolled 1d6 and added your, I think it's your strength. And then if I tie you, you take a serious injury. If I beat you, you just go out of action.
Right. Okay.
And then you get to turn again and swing back as a reaction. So now you're at a -2 because 1 for turning, 1 because you are now being harassed by the other ship.
Right. So I'm swinging on a 6.
Last time you rolled your eyes at a 5.
Well, you know.
And that's all I can activate because everybody else either ran away or is currently seriously injured.
Yeah.
So you still have your grenade launcher to activate, don't you?
And my...
And your scared guy.
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't do anything other than try to get him more cover.
Right.
So I guess you still do roll 2d6 and try to get further away from me. You try to go 5 more inches. Look at that.
You can't get any farther.
I don't know, you could make a break across there and just...
That's true, but he can't get in any more cover than that.
We cannot get any more cover. Alright, so then your grenade launcher guy goes.
Yeah, it'll be quicker to go this way. He's going to double move.
He's gonna run. We have about 10 more minutes left.
Alright, he will make it to there.
I mean, we can keep playing after it stops. So we have about 10 more minutes until the stream ends. Alright, so then we come down to the bottom of the phase, and I'm going to turn down my own volume so I can't hear myself talk. I don't want that. So then we go into the recovery phase. So her, let's see, find the recovery phase in this wonderful book. It's a weird random page that decided to fall out. Shows how much I've been reading it.
Yeah.
So one active friendly fighter within 1 inch. I'm just outside of an inch, so I can't help myself. So I'm gonna try to recover chem throw. I'm gonna try to recover. Actually, she's gonna die no matter what because she recovers. She gets another flesh wound and she dies, but she stays down. So she's still alive. You have a recovery to make over here.
I do for Knox the Ripper.
He stays down. And then
Varric gets up.
Rolls back over and goes down a toughness. And then you have a break test over there, so you have a cool test on your rivet launcher. 2d6.
He finally recovers.
All right. Okie dokie. So
are we still bottled?
It doesn't specify. It just says once bottled, then people try to flee, and it then refers to the next. Once a gang is bottled out, its fighters may begin to flee the battlefield. At the start of the action, I should have done that differently. Okay. Because if I hadn't done her first, people around her wouldn't have been. They would have automatically passed. It doesn't specify. It's weird. It just says at the end phase, they each take bottle tests. Once a gang has bottled out, its fighters begin to flee the battlefield as stated. And then you do it at the action phase. So technically, I think we both bottled out already. So let's just go. Let's just assume that once we bottle. So nothing else happens in the recovery phase. We go back to the next phase. These guys all get the thingies back.
Oh, yeah, he's still in on
And then we do cool tests for everyone that can. She can't. He can't. He can't. So I just have these two that can. So I'm going to do Roshan on an 8. She's sticking around.
Why did I not put these in this box?
Skull Shank. He's fine on a 4.
Oh, okay. And then I also have Kayla left. He's also on an 8. Also sticking around. So I'm staying in this fight, yo.
Now I have Grindel on a 5. He's good. Varric on a 5. Not so good.
So he runs away then.
Nox is laying on the ground. Bone Snapper is fine. And Kruger is running away.
So both the people who ran away, you just pick up their models and pull them off the board.
Oh.
Because that's what bottling out means. Or that's what fleeing means. You just, I don't, actually, does a pinned person flee? Yeah, pin fighters can also flee. So now we roll to see who goes first for this next round. I got a 1.
I have a 5.
Okay.
All right. Do I want to do that now?
Alright, let's get this changed.
Hey, Rob. Here you go. Let's make up for the Terminator.
No problem.
No, Skullshank will just move.
Try to get a little closer.
Yeah. So
Get closer, let's get closer.
to there. There. We'll make it to about there.
Doesn't Kim see? Chems. Fighter is engaged, make a cool check. It's passed, or the fighter is not engaged. Any gas or toxin weapon they use until the end of their activation poisons. Reduce toughness by 1. Ooh, can't do that for her because her power sword is not poisoned. I can do that for her, but I'm only getting 1 attack with each of these because they only have 1 attack. So, and how many wounds does that guy have? That's Grund. That's
Bone Snapper.
Bone Snap's only got 1.
Yeah, he's only got the 1 wound.
Ooh, tough choice. I could either. We're gonna do the power sword. So we're hitting on 4s, hitting on 3s because you are. I have assistance. So I do hit. It is strength plus 1, so it's strength 4. You're tough 3 right now, so I need a 3. Damn it. I'm gonna die on die rolls.
Alright, so my turn.
Yeah. For you to react, you get to hit back.
Oh, yeah, that's right. So we're -2.
No, you're -1.
Okay, so once the other person would activate.
No, only if you have to turn. Actually, because you can turn in such a way that
I
both
could
of them
see
are
them both.
in your
All right.
arc. So you do hit.
I hit.
I'm tough 3.
Strength 4.
So you do 3.
So
You
3.
do wound. I get a 6 up. Nope. And then it's an injury. So
Down.
she goes face down. But you can't coup de grace her because there's somebody else there.
Alright. I was about to ask if those were even still in the game.
They are still in the game. It's a simple action to coup de grace.
Alright. So now that it's officially my turn, Bone Snapper will activate.
Yep.
And I'm going to Stem Surge.
Bam!
So he gains +1 strength and toughness.
And we are no